Hi! I can't find my Bluetooth remote to start and stop the video. I'm sorry. Some of you probably thought that I had abandoned the interwebs. Some of you might have even hoped for that. I just simply have not had much to share or post about. It's just been very busy and very quiet. I've had no subscription boxes. I, at one point, had thought that I would share our journey of minimizing and decluttering, but then life happened, and that kind of had to take a pause for a little bit. I'm not saying it's stopping, but it's definitely paused. Then I was looking back through my channel, and I saw that for the past few years, I've done like a mid-year check-in on my word of the year, and I thought that might be a good thing to do this time of year, even though we're way past mid-year, but it's been a weird 18 months anyway. So anyway, my word of the year this year was flourish, and I think it's been kind of funny when I've shared it with people. There are different reactions because it definitely means different things to different people depending on, you know, how you use it in your own life and vocabulary. So, and that's actually one of the reasons I really liked it. It's because it could be applied across multiple places in my life. And for the first time, I've sort of made sure that I've kept my word of the year just forefront. I've made it like it's my planner cover. It is the cover photo on my Facebook profile that I change once a month. I've got little note cards and things taped up around my office that has sayings with flourish in it. And so it's just kind of like there all the time. And it's been interesting. It's been a definite growth process. And I think one of the main things that I have taken from sort of incorporating this word is that I can use it more often in situations where negative situations. And I was like searching and trying to come up with a good example, and you know, one that's not, I don't have that many dramatic things happening, but you know, little irritations during the day and things like that can, you know, be an opportunity. The example that I thought of was a few months back, our neighbor hit Dave in my car when he was driving, and the neighbor ended up being uninsured. And so my car ended up being totaled, but when we took it in and because we were still under restrictions, Geico did one of the mobile insurance things, and they had us take pictures, and they decided to total it. We took it into a mechanic and a body shop, and it was not totaled. But because they totaled it out, we had to purchase the car back from them minus our deductible. And so, of course, I was 2 payments away from owning the car outright. I was very upset because this man was not being a responsible driver. It seems to always happen to my vehicles for whatever reason. I should give thanks, I guess, that he hit a car and didn't drive into our living room, because that's a thing. But instead, I gave myself probably about 2 days to be righteously angry, and just not to him, but just to rail against everything. And then I kind of sat back and said, okay, that's not going to accomplish anything. How can we look at this situation and change it into something that will help me personally to flourish? And you can't force yourself to forgive someone, and you can't force yourself to accept whatever the excuse might be, but you can certainly force yourself to react in a different manner. And for me, that was, talking with Dave about it, and we presented him with the opportunity to make payments to us for our deductible. And we just kind of said to him, we realize that's a big chunk of change to come up with at one time, and if you want to just make smaller payments, that's totally fine as well. Just let us know what's going on. And to me, that was like a big was growth on both of our parts, because I know Dave was still upset. I was really angry. I didn't want to be driving around a damaged car. But it just made it so that I could take the situation that was happening, reminding myself that I want to grow from both good and bad situations, and just present ourselves that way. For me, in the past, I probably would have held a grudge. I probably would have like given him stink eye every time we passed in the hallway, you know, that kind of thing. But having that word at the forefront of my mind and remembering exactly why I chose it and how it can apply across many, many layers of my life has been I think it's been a really good thing. And so much so that I'm actually thinking of carrying this word into the next year, 2022. I mean, because if we're honest, like 2021 is not going to be a full year. We came into the year 3 or 4 months into it when people started being allowed to socialize and get out of their homes and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. It's too early to start thinking about that anyway. But I did just want to touch base, let you know I'm still here, for better or worse, whatever, and just kind of put that out there, that everything right now is pretty good. It's pretty good. And we can hope and pray that it stays that way and that we all continue to flourish. So with that being said, I just want to remind you to please be kind to one another always. And I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.